came to Canada when I was 2.5 years old. My family, my parents, all grew up in Ecuador. My abuelita always used to tell me, mijito, always keep un ojo in each world. Just keep your eye in reality and in the surreal, in the magical. My studio practice is highly involved in the tradition of hand modeling clay. My production involves mold making, casting in various materials such as plastics with different colors, metals such as aluminum and bronze, and also now I'm working with clay. It diverges from a mass production of objects to the individual. Growing up, constantly drawing with my brothers. They were both in art school at the time, and they gave me a lot of oils, a lot of charcoal, they gave me a lot of drawing, and they gave me clay. And I started sculpting, and I fell in love with sculpting. The squirrel, normally squirrels for fall, they're gathering nuts, hundreds of nuts for their survival and their family survival in the winter. But in this context, I have this one large squirrel with this ginormous acorn. And he's meditating on this idea of, I have not thousands of nuts, but I have one big nut. One big nut to serve for the survival of my family and my own survival. I was inspired originally through the idea of cultural symbolisms associated to animals. And so my train of thought was going through all these cultural connotations of birds, how it is we relate to birds. I was thinking about the divine, peace, freedom. And at the same time, I was thinking, at what point in my life had any of those beliefs come to a complete stop? So I started meditating on that. Started sculpting birds and having them crash up against the wall. And that's where the bird botanicals came into play. Through the death of one body, it becomes nutrients for new growth. And I was asked, based on my ideas, to present this in Paraguay. I chose to work with a white porcelain because I understand that white porcelain has a huge cultural connotation. And when I presented the work and the response that I had from it, from people from Paraguay and artists from different parts of Latin America, they understood where I was coming from. When I was invited to the Gardner Museum to present this work, I decided to work directly in response to the Latin American collection that they have. So I decided to work with terracotta. The redness, the blood, the earth tone. Being able to exhibit nationally, have a platform nationally, and opportunities internationally allows me to continuously see my work from different perspectives. I am a Canadian artist. I'm part of the fabric of Canadian art. The majority of us Canadians are immigrants from with different cultural backgrounds. That's what enriches our work, because we're all continuously navigating this. I'm a settler here. I'm Canadian. I was raised here, but my influence comes from my processing, my cultural background as well, my family cultural background. The animals that I sculpt are never fixed. They're constantly becoming something else. These forms that I'm creating in Birds Botanical, they're in a constant becoming. It's a state of flux. It's a state of metamorphosis. And I fired ceramic for the first time, and you can see your fingerprints. That's energy right there. The energy of squeezing it like this and then leaving it like that. I'm leaving the representation of the image, leaving that force, the initial eruption of material with the hand impressions. Sculpting, moving around, never staying still, just moving around, boom, 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 and seeing something develop in front of me, it is magical. And it's that dance, it's like you're dancing salsa. And once you get into that rhythm, and you're sculpting, I sculpt for the day.